What's up everyone, welcome back today, and it's another video with Mark Meets Africa. I'm super happy and I'm very pleased to have him in this interview. And today we're going to be dealing with the business side of, as a foreigner in the business side. So I know we did an interview with someone else when we talked about the business side, that was her side, but today we are with Mark Meets Africa. He has been here for 3 years and he has also shared about the business side. So without further ado, by the way, he's so young to do business. What? I'm concerned. He's so young. Anyway, so without further ado, if you haven't seen the other video to know more about him, his general lifestyle as a foreign Tanzania, be sure to check it out. I'm going to keep the link in his channel. But today we're going to be dealing only with the business side. So the first question is, what exactly business does he do in Tanzania? So let's introduce to us what he does.
Okay. My business is something, it's a hybrid of things, but really it's getting people who are coming over here to be okay. I want to get into some of the farming aspects and, outside of town sort of thing, some of the industries that work in Tanzania. But as it stands now, my main goal is people who are having a difficult time here. So the company is called Merge. We're sitting in the building right now.
By the way, I came with the drone. We can throw a drone with us. That's okay.
If you want. I mean, not much to see, man.
If you want,
you
can do that.
Yeah, take a look around.
Okay, so the other question is, how hard was he able to cooperate in registering business? Because foreigners, even the last interview, foreigners do get out of problem with the registration of businesses in Tanzania. So how was he able to come around that?
I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you're willing to admit it. It's not an easy process, I think. I think a lot of people have the problem trying to do things legally. Because I'm somebody that doesn't want to really go the corruption route. Sometimes you can't avoid it because here nothing moves unless you give money.
That's true.
And sometimes you don't want that over your head, especially if your business is like mine, where it involves trying to build a good reputation for your community. It's hard to do things like the straight way. Because the straight way is like way over there, it's hidden, it's covered up, and sometimes it's not there, and then you have to go through the route they use, and then you find yourself in a situation where it doesn't work, or they're giving you a certificate that leads nowhere, and it's not real.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very difficult. And this is through the system that's given to you. So if it's difficult through the system that's given to you, I can only imagine the people who aren't even using that. I'd say if you come here and you want to do business, it's a little bit of a difficult thing to set up legally. And you never really know if you did it right. Lawyers will tell you that too. They say, oh, I think it's okay. It's not always the easiest process. If you really want to do it, you'll make it work. But sometimes it is a little bit hard to wrap your head around.
So the other question is, as a businessman, what's so good that made you think of business? What country? I just know with the tourism and just
for me, it wasn't so much that, though. It's not just business. It's a community movement. I'm here because we said it in the other video. I don't know if you're uploading that before this or after this, so I can't reference it, but I want to create a way for us to come here. It just so happened to turn into a business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just want people to stop coming over here and kind of sort of suffering. Because sometimes we come, we don't know. We might fall into a trap. We might get cheated. We might get scammed. We might get lied to. But if we have an organization in place that says, hey, don't do that. Don't go down there. Don't use that shop. This is how you do it. Someone to walk you through the steps of being here and to give you a successful route to successfully being here. That's what Merge is.
Like for example, let's take someone who's outside there and really wishing to come here and invest in Tanzania. You as a foreigner was trying to invest somewhere. Where do you advise him to start, and which sector should he know? Is it agriculture? Which aspect of fishing? Which aspect should he or she look into invest in?
That's a good question. I think first, before you want to do anything, come visit. Tanzania is one of the few countries that I can say that, because you can go to South Africa, you can go to Zambia, you can go to a few other places and just get into it. But even with these ones, anywhere you go, come visit first. And that's a little bit I didn't do that. I just got right into it. But I did wait a little because, again, it wasn't my first intention to come and do business right away. I just wanted to be a part of the culture and learn about the ways that things work here. But if you're coming here specifically to do business, come here first. No amount of research you do online will prepare you for what's here. Because number one, there's not enough information. And number two, things change every day. If you want to do business here, in terms of industry, I'd say don't even think about industry. First, think about culture. Tanzania is a place where culture and mentality will affect business heavily. Some stuff is cultural. Some stuff is mentality. Some stuff is non-negotiable in terms of mentality-wise. You will not adjust certain things and certain ways of thinking. So you're going to have to learn to adjust yourself. Before you start looking at industries, come and see if the way the country is run works for you. And if you're still interested after you've seen, then I would recommend agriculture. And I want to say industry, but that's a pretty big thing.
Yeah,
the country is run on agriculture, mining, some tourism, and a few other industries. Do what is working. If you want to bring something new, you have the extra responsibility of educating people on what that service is, what that product is. You're going to have to readjust certain ways of thinking. You got to, change a lot. If you want to come here and make a bit of money, get into agriculture. Get into things that are already working in Tanzania. Bringing something new should come later, unless you have a ridiculous amount of capital that you don't mind burning through, because you will burn through it. That's just something that I've talked to people. I'm not pulling this out of my backside, if you will. I've talked to people who come here, $30,000 down the drain, $40,000 down the drain, $60,000 down the drain.
$60,000.
It's the mentality. It's the mentality. They weren't ready for that. Business works universally, but mentality is on top of that. So when you're in a country, you have to know how the people are too.
Wait, can I ask you something? When someone loses 40,000 US dollars, in your perspective, because for me, on my side, if someone loses even 1,000 US dollars in business in Tanzania, because if I convert that into Tanzania cents, to us, it's very huge. Even losing 1,000 US dollars. So to your side, from what I've heard, you're only talking about 40s, 60s, 30s.
Yeah, tens of thousands of dollars.
But to our side, reaching that amount of money, everybody knows out there if you're a Tanzanian, 30,000 US dollars, come again, if I would get that with a sort of way.
People have lost it.
But so to you guys, 1,000 is so much.
No, it's not about if it's much or not. It depends on who you're talking to and what they do. It depends on what their mindset is. It depends on what they tried to do here. And it depends on why they lost it. If you lost it because somebody lied to you or cheated or stole it from you, of course you're going to feel like, man, that's terrible. But if you lost it because, yeah, it's a little bit different. And then you have to go even further and say, why didn't it work out? And then it usually comes back to, well, somebody lied to me and stole from me. So it becomes the same thing. It's always going to feel bad. If you lose $100, it's going to feel bad. Any amount of money you lose is going to feel bad. I could be a very well-off person and drop some money out of my pocket. I'm still going to think like, darn it, why did I do that? I'm not going to stay on the thought. I'm not going to think forever about it. I'm not going to go home and be like, man. But $40,000, yeah, I'm going home and I'm going to be mad. Dang it, I'm mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get your
Even
point.
$1,000 to somebody is a lot. There's people whose plane tickets, I had to get them home. $1,200, $700, $600, those are amounts I paid to people to get them home. So yes, $1,000 can be a lot. You can't say $1,000 isn't a lot to you. It depends on who you're talking to. It depends on their financial situation. It's universal to not want to lose money, but it's also not universal everybody's financial situation. Some people have more, some people have less, some people have nothing. Some people have a little bit more than nothing, some people have a little bit more than a lot, or some people have.
Yeah, that's true.
But nobody wants to lose money, man.
Nobody wants.
As we were saying in another interview on my channel, and then I think on the one before this, about when people keep losing money, it starts to lower the image of the country a little.
Yeah.
Because it's happening so often and with so many people that in 5 years from now, when Africa blows up, and when everybody's like, oh, you know, I'm coming to Africa now, they're not going to choose Tanzania. They're going to say, no, that's the place where I saw her leave, like, and she came back, she was very upset. We don't know what happened, but we can assume the country treated her bad, or maybe she lost all this money, or it didn't work out. People haven't been leaving Kenya. Wow, let's go there. So it's a very big issue getting ready to happen if it doesn't change. The Tanzanian government, if you're watching this video, which I know you are, you need to step in and protect the people coming to invest, especially the ones that look like you, because those are the ones who are going to keep coming, and those are the ones who are eventually going to be the majority of people who come here. If you do not set this right now, people are going to stop wanting to come to Tanzania. Tanzania's image will be ruined, and we don't want that. Because it's not about hating one another, it's about doing right by each other. You do us right, we'll do you right. But you gotta put something in place, some sort of protection, so that people stop thinking it's just too easy to scam a foreigner, to cheat a foreigner. A lot of these people are elders. They're elderly. You can't take money from the elderly. It's not every Tanzanian, but if you, the Tanzanian government, and the citizens, but mostly the government, if you don't put a very harsh punishment in place to scare people away from treating a foreigner badly and stealing their money, stealing their products, stealing their business, you've got an issue on your hands. And I can guarantee you with 100% certainty, you will not make it when Africa blows up. You will be the country that people look down on, and you will be the country that people avoid. This is an issue that needs to be resolved as soon as possible. It's not about, oh, you guys have to change for us. No, it's about human decency. We don't want to be taken advantage of. Nobody does. You don't want to be taken advantage of. If we come, please protect us. Please guide us. Please have a place that we can be, that we don't have to fear that we're going to lose our stuff because someone's mentality was too low. It's ruining the image of your country, and it's ruining the image that we have for Africa. That's not what we want. You want investors to come? First, you have to treat them right. You want people to come and enjoy and say nice things when they leave? First, you got to treat them right. And of course, it's not all Tanzanians, like I said, but you have to have something in place that puts fear in the hearts of people who would want to do wrong. You need to have something that says, if you do a foreigner wrong, here's how you have to make it right, and put the responsibility on that person and their family. Expose them, put them out there, give them something to fear, because when we do wrong, we get exposed. We get put out there. We get issues. There should be some responsibility put on the people doing wrong so that everyone doesn't have to suffer. Because I'm telling you, Africa will develop. It's a matter of time. When it starts to develop, you won't be a part of it because you did not make the effort to protect the people who are willing to come and develop Africa. Simple as that. This is not a hate message. This is not to make you offended. This is to say that we're experiencing a very real issue here as people coming to do things. As someone who's coming to do business in a country, I am speaking on behalf of everyone else. Please do something about the culture that says it's okay to scam you because you're not from here. It's not okay. Other African countries do not allow it. You should not allow it. That's just human decency. Dignity, respect, principle, honor, and trust. Those are what business are built on. If you do not have them, people will not come. And by the time you get them, you will have no people who want to come.
Yeah, that's true.
Then you'll have to spend money on getting them to come, advertising, marketing, to fix the image that you had the opportunity to improve. Now is the time. You're right. Now is the time that you go and do something about it. Do us a favor and fix how we're treated. Otherwise, nobody else wants to come. Simple as that. And that's fair.
Yeah, thank you so much, and I'm really glad. And if you guys have any questions about traveling in Tanzania, in Africa, and anything involving business in Tanzania, just let me know down in the comment section. Until then, We have other good contents about Mark. We have actually gotten one video about cooking and stuff. So that for spoilers, it's coming up soon. So be sure to subscribe because to be coming up probably it's gonna be his channel, my channel, any of that. So until then, see you next time and bye bye.
Peace, y'all.
Bye.